Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Harris here, and I am giving you a quick, hopefully 10 to 15-minute presentation webinar on how to create your personal learning network through Twitter. So, what is it? What is a PLN? Or, as what I've been reading, what is a P squared LN? A PLN is a personal or professional learning network, or a P squared LN is using both words, professional, personal learning network. We're using these acronyms, whichever one you want to use, to connect with other people beyond our campus, beyond our district. We want to see who can we connect with from other districts, from other states, from other countries, going global. That's basically what a PLN is. It is different from a PLC because in our PLCs, we are focused on our one department and we're feeding off of just the one department on our campus. PLN is something that you use to branch out. And speaking of that, you're using your PLN to grow professionally. We don't want to think about using a PLN with social media as, okay, this is something where I can just get hours. Okay, we all know that we need to go out and find hours. Okay, that's just something that is part of our job. Okay, we want to go beyond the job. That's what a PLN is. We are growing in our craft. We are growing in our profession. Yes, there are ways to get hours from a PLN, but that's not the main focus. We want to grow in our own field professionally. We want to learn from others. Okay, so we're going to do that through using Twitter. And I know Twitter has gotten this bad rap on our campuses and on other campuses about, oh, we're not sure how to connect with this, but this is the norm. This is where people are going. Websites are good resources. Email is almost kind of coming the thing of the past, even though that's what we're using to connect with to each other with. Using social media as far as being an educator is the way to go. So I'm going to show you some examples of how Twitter can be used for good and how Twitter can be used for bad. Okay, so let's take a look at our buddy Mickey Mouse here and his friend Bugs Bunny. This is a way educators should not use Twitter, okay? This is what we think of when we say that we're Twitter, okay? So let's take a look at his profile. We see his name. We kind of see, okay, he doesn't look too professional there. So, okay, so we're going to let that slide, but look at his bio. Ready to hang out at the bars and clubs and party all night long. Okay, that doesn't sound like somebody that I want to connect with on a professional level. And then he has just some link there, some link that's thrown. Look at his conversation between him and his friend Bugs Bunny, okay? He's talking about staying out late, being hungover. He doesn't want to go to work, okay? And then Bugs Bunny's talking about, yeah, I want to figure out a way not to go to work either. And then Mickey Mouse is possibly talking about, hey, you know, a friend bought us tons of drinks. Check out the pic. Do we want to check out that pic on a professional educator's Twitter account? Probably not, because that's linked to something that we don't need to have it linked to. And then towards the end, we're looking at a celebrity who is endorsing what's going on at the club. This is a stereotype of what we think Twitter is. And yes, it is true. We do see that, but we can use it to connect with others professionally. Another way people see Twitter is to make their stance on something. Okay, take a look at my friend Aang and his buddy Magneto. One thing that we see wrong with Magneto, we don't see his face. We want to be able to see your face on an educator's Twitter account. And again, I'm going to explain the difference again in just a second. But in this version of Twitter, this Aang is taking a stance on a topic or religion or whatever political view he may have. That is not what an educator's Twitter account is used for. It is used to connect with others and get resources and help others grow as well as helping yourself grow as well. Okay, this one is doing a lot of bashing, a lot of negativity, and if that's what you're into, that's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. However, if you're going to have an educational Twitter account, you're going to need to separate yourself from that. You're going to need to have for fun social, my political or topic religion stance Twitter account, and then you're gonna have another account for educational purposes, and that's where you're gonna put all of your resources. That's where you're going to connect with others. Now, I'm also going to make this clear. There are some educational issues that we are very passionate about. But again, you need to be able to say those in a professional, correct way so you can connect with others and still have that connection, okay? Because other people who you connect with will see this first. So in the next slide, we have our buddies Scrooge McDuck and Mr. Peabody. Take a look at this educator's Twitter account. This is what we want to see. Okay, we're looking at his bio. He's a math and science teacher. He wants to bring science and math together in the classroom, and he has his own website. I'm not saying that you need to have one, but if you want to have something tagged on there, that's perfectly fine. Okay, look at the conversations that Scrooge McDuck and Mr. Peabody are having. Okay, Scrooge McDuck is looking for a website type of program to help kids learn math and have fun. Mr. Peabody gives an actual link, Prodigy Game. And yes, this is an actual link. So my math teachers, Miss Manley, I want you to take a look at this. I will talk about it later because I have, I'm going to create actually a big account for the campus, okay? So don't worry about creating one. I'm going to follow up with that with you later. Scrooge McDuck is talking about joining a Twitter chat, and I will talk about that in just a second, called Text Edu Chat. That is a real site. It's a real link. Mr. Peabody is talking about a great thing that happened in one of a teacher's classrooms, and he's going to show a link on how kids collaborated. And then Scrooge McDuck is following up with, hey, check out this thing about classroom management that's talking about what you talked about, what you're going to talk about in your Twitter chat later on this evening. So this is the dialogue that they're having as far as educators are being concerned. It's positive. You're looking at possibly some good pictures. Look at the pictures that are on the side. They're very positive. There's stuff that's happening within the classroom environment. They're connecting. They're getting resources. Okay, so basically, what do you get out of those 3 slides? The most important message about Twitter and social media: you get out what you put in. You control your network. Okay, that's something that we get confused about a lot. We want to blame the social media for doing all of these things, but if you really stop and think about it, it is just a platform that a couple people decide to come up together with, put it on the computer, and make a lot of money. We as a society, in a nutshell, again, this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to take a stance. I'm not really trying to, but we as people, as a society, we're putting in the stuff that we want to put in, and we control what we put in, and then we control others. So if there's something that somebody posts on your account that you don't like, you can't unfriend them, you can unfollow them, okay? That's your choice. That you need to let them know that, hey, I'm not following you because I'm not about that on my Educator Twitter account. Your social one or your for stance one, perfectly fine, because you're not letting that one go as public, if that makes sense. So how are we going to use Twitter at school when you can't even connect to it? Well, you can on your personal mobile device. Remember I talked about earlier, your personal mobile device is going to be your best friend, your personal assistant. Yes, we do not need to be on our computers or our mobile devices 24/7, but if we're using it constructively, if we're incorporating it into our classroom workflow lives, and admins see that and they look at it, and other people above the admin see that and look at it, they see that, oh, this campus is really doing something with this. Come take a look at what they're doing, because they're making it work and they're coming together as a campus and not being separate in their own little islands.